Hello everybody and welcome to another video. As you can see, I am at the climate conference. No, I'm not. I think the invite just got lost in the post. I'm not welcome at those sorts of events. I'm a peasant, you see. See, this is basically the world's leaders all gathering in one place to decide on rules that we have to follow what they don't. Isn't it marvellous? One of the things that they have managed to flesh out in the last couple of days, no deforestation and protecting of ecosystems and wildlife and making sure that we do the right things when it comes to land. Isn't that great news? As we all know, this climate conference is about changing the world for the better by a certain date. There's a crisis. Boris is going, we must just stop chopping trees down, we must protect biodiversity, which is great news, and I fully support that. However, he's doing that with one hand, and then on the other hand, he's helping Homes England bulldoze a whole load of green space full of biodiversity, and not just that, floodplains. Like we've said before, floodplains all down there, they've tried the best, bless them, but if the climate change issue is so serious, why is the government not stopping developments like this taking place? Why bother with this? I do want to thank everyone for sticking around, for continuing this cause, but I do want to put a few issues to bed. In no way, shape or form do I believe that we can affect a massive change here, because as you all know, people higher than us, not the peasants like us, they decide what's best for us. Be under no delusion. We understand that this is near impossible to stop, because at the end of the day, what they want, they get. The people who are in charge of this. We've seen already the people who want to do this are running and hiding and leaving the residents to sort of go, who are you accountable to then? It's obvious now that people don't want to have this development happen or take place, and with stuff like this going on, you'd think that the government would be like, oh, so let's just focus on regenerations of towns. And this is the big thing. I am not saying for 1 minute that I don't like housing or that I don't want housing to be built, but I'm getting comments like, oh, you're a populist. Oh no, you're a bit thick. This is going ahead, you can't stop it. And I'm like, I'm trying to improve the situation, because if you want to build on this land, then that means that you're going to destroy a huge amount of biodiversity which you're pledging in this to save. And the problem we've got now is that whenever we try and voice our opinion, we're told we're NIMBYs, that we're stupid, that we're, just you over there. We're not allowed to ask questions, we're not allowed to poke holes in it. I mean, one of the biggest things that came out of the consultation was the road infrastructure isn't there. And as you've seen in the videos that I've done recently, walking the Keckwick Brook, studying each bridge, and how different variations of the bridge have come and gone, because each phase of the development is taking into account how much the flood levels are going up and down. In a couple of days, I will be talking to someone who knows a lot about the flood areas. By the way, before I go any further, the 18th of this month, 18th of November, 7 p.m, at Sandymore School, there will be a consultation, well, sort of consultation with the flood defence people, and talking specifically about your issues about that. So if you want to get down to that, please do. There will be an event. Now, I am planning it. I am trying my best to sort it out. The issue we've got right now is, as always, COVID, because they want me to jump through hoops, basically. So, and it's hard because the room I've got planned, which is in Sandymore, is reasonable, but it only allows 50 people. And I want as many people to come as possible. So tell me what you think. Tell me, let's get an idea of numbers of who can and can't come. The whole point in this event is to get more support. Let's get this straight. Just because you're going to get away with building houses on this land and destroying what's there, causing more problems for residents down the line because you didn't listen, you didn't want to know, doesn't mean you're protected from scrutiny. It doesn't mean that just because we can't stop it, that you're not going to be held to account. If houses do go on this, which it probably will do, then we as residents are going to be very, very angry, and it will not go away because it visibly will be there. A bit like the Sandymore residents about the big 4-storey apartments, or the people in Phoenix Park who've been pissed off about that. What we want to do is hold you to account. If you're going to build on this land, we're not going to make it easy for you. We're going to make it very, very awkward for you. We're going to show you where you're wrong, so that when it goes wrong, we can point the finger back at you. Because the thing is, right, it's fairly obvious that this housing stuff over here doesn't work, and you're going to build it anyway, causing more issues. And the people who support this, we will remember. We're not stupid. A lot of people have felt sidelined, ignored, bullied, intimidated, and not supported. There's only 2 people supporting, not just supporting our campaign, but lending their hand of support because they believe what we believe. The thing is, they're the only ones that I'd want to vote back in. Do you want to keep hold of your seat? Do you want Halton Borough Council to remain a Labour council? It's about time you stopped hiding away and engaged, and not in these controlled scenarios of consultation. You need to be accountable to us on the street. You need to be accountable and seeing what's going on down here and what's going to happen to this area once it gets built on. Because a lot of people are upset, and running and hiding is not going to help the situation. Now, Homes England, you've run away now. You're not accountable to no one. So, with this in mind, you need to check first before and consider carefully before you build on these fields. And this is the problem. Homes England are very like, is it appropriate to build houses here? No. Can the infrastructure around it cope? No. Then why are you building houses? And their response is, because it's our job to build houses. Just because you can build houses doesn't mean you should build houses. Halton Council, did you not remember the red wall falling in the last election? Did you not wonder why that happened? Because you spent years ignoring people. Is it time for a change? Maybe it is. Maybe it's time for Greens to take over. Maybe it's time for someone else to take over the council, because you're obviously not listening. Anyway, 18th of November, Sandymore School for the flood defence consultation. I'll be hosting an event. I'll keep you abreast of what's going on there, depending on where we do it. But I'll have that done by the end of the week. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and thanks so much for your support recently. It's been very, very good. We've built a family. We've built a network. We have built something special here, and it's not based on anger. It's frustration, definitely, but it's built on the love of this area. It's built on preserving what we've got, and if this does happen, we'll remember enough's enough. See you in a bit.